Hello and welcome to day 14 of Dungeon 23. Today we will be making an addition onto this little area here, adjacent to the invisible goblin quote-unquote boss fight and the giant pit with the gelatinous cube in it. And I do have an idea for what I'm going to put in this room. It's going to be a pretty large room with a hopefully fun gimmick, and I'm actually going to reuse some tokens I made a long while ago, and I don't really need to use them, but I want to use them. So let's draw out the room and then place down the assets. Alright, I have drawn out the basic layout of the room, made it somewhat symmetrical because if it wasn't, I would get sick to my stomach and throw up over my keyboard because I like things symmetrical. Pay no attention to the lack of symmetry up here. But with that done, I want to put down my old tokens that I want to reuse or something. Alright, very simple, not very well designed furniture. Just some chairs and a table. But I made them a while ago, and I've been waiting for an excuse to use them in something for a very long time. So, what are we going to put in these chairs? Well, I do have an idea, and it's going to be very similar to one of our past creatures. Actually, it's going to be very similar to two previous creatures. We're going to use skeletons. Now, I know what you're thinking. There's a lot of skeletons here. Isn't that kind of unfair for a level 1 party that probably just fought some other monster? Yes, but these aren't regular skeletons. They're going to... Well, first of all, we're only going to give them like 5 HP each. But we're also going to make it so they only activate when you're within 5 feet of them. And if you're further than 15 feet away from them, then they just deactivate. Or more specifically, if there's a creature within 5 feet of them when their turn starts, then they're activated. And if there is not a creature within 15 feet of it when its turn starts, then it deactivates. It becomes unconscious. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually write that down in the GM layer so that way that's remembered for later. Alright, here we are. Um, they have really low HP of 5, and an AC of 11. I think that's a little bit less than their usual. I think they have like an AC of like 12 for like having like scrap armor, which is weird because your typical like image of a skeleton is just wearing nothing on account of the fact it's a skeleton. But in the monster manual, the default skeleton has armor. But the default zombie does not, even though the default zombie has like a lot less AC, which makes kind of sense, but we all kind of imagine skeletons as being somehow a little bit smarter and more agile than zombies, even though you'd think they wouldn't on account of the fact they have less muscles and less brains, technically. Or I think it all goes back to Minecraft, because in Minecraft, zombies are really dumb, but skeletons are kind of smart. But all that's kind of irrelevant. What's important is they're pretty easy to hit with an AC of 11, really low HP, probably going to be a one-hit, one-kill. But they do have a gimmick where they don't activate unless you're within 5 feet of them and end your turn within 5 feet. So if you start here and you just kind of run past them to here or here, they just won't activate. It kind of like be stopping when it's there. And if you just activate a bunch of them and you just outrun them or like lose them around a corner and they can't find you, if you're not within 15 feet of them, they just deactivate. They just go still again. They just stand still, perfectly still. They're unconscious, basically. And that could be useful because you could basically lure them to a place and then like lose them, and then you could like set like a little blockade that like if another creature tries going through, then it'll piss it off and get it. You could possibly like set up a little barricade, possibly in like maybe this hallway here, and then you could try dragging, pissing off the haunted armor and then running around. So it tries to chase you through, and then it has to deal with fight them all, so it gets held up. It's more of like to be a little combat if your party isn't the most observant. But if they are really observant and really careful, then it could be a really cool tool. But also, it's just really a fun thing, a little fun little gimmick. I don't really have anything to put on the table. Maybe they're just having like a meeting, a council, and they were just waiting here for so long they all died. Or it could just be this entire thing was created by a mad wizard who just wanted to have skeletons here to for like aesthetics, or because he thought it'd be funny. Or maybe like it's his favorite table and he wanted him guarding it, but he forgot about it, so he got a new favorite table somewhere else in the dungeon. The point is that it's just a random weird thing. But that being said, thank you for watching. Like if you like the video, or don't. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content or anything else I make. If you want to, you could comment suggestions for rooms in the comment section, although I'm probably not going to get around to them because I kind of have like a flow going. And yeah, sorry for the poor quality because it's not going to get better.